We all know tax season is right around the corner, so it's a good idea to start getting ready for tax season as soon as possible. Today, I have 7 key ways to help you start preparing for the upcoming tax season. What's up, my people? It's Kiwanis, your credit advisor. Make sure that you like this video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the comments. Let's jump right into today's video. So number 1, understanding your filing status. The IRS has 5 main filing statuses that all taxpayers fall under. You have single, then you have head of household, married filing jointly, married filing separately, qualifying widow with a dependent child. Now, depending on your filing status, you may have different tax filing requirements and qualify for certain deductions and credits. For example, the IRS will allow a standard deduction of $25,100 for married filing couples who are filing jointly for the 2022 tax year. Now, for single filers and married couples who file separately, the standard deduction is $12,550. If you're not sure of your filing status, the IRS does have a tool that you can go to, and it's called What's My Filing Status. This tool can help you figure out your best option. All you have to do is answer a few questions, and it will show you your filing status that aligns with your situation. Number 2, make sure your name and address are updated. Now, I know this may sound obvious, but it can be easy to overlook. If you recently moved or got married or divorced or changed your name, it's a good idea to ensure that information is updated with the IRS and the Social Security Administration. If you've legally changed your name and contact the Social Security office, you'll need to provide proof of identity such as a government-issued ID, life insurance policy, or a marriage license. You can also call the IRS to update your address information. You can also fill out a change of address form and mail it, or you can provide your new address when you fill out your tax return. Just keep in mind that if you do wait to update your address when you file your return, you may miss some communication from the IRS. Now, number 3, you want to organize your tax documents. So once you understand your filing statuses, you can gather all the necessary documents that you need to file a return. Now, some of the common documents that you will need will be a copy of your last year's return, all W-2 forms, 1099 if you received them, if you're a homeowner, a 1098. If you received any income from dividends, then you would need the 1099 DIV, a 1098-T if you're a student or a parent of a student, and this shows your student loan interest statement. And you will need Form 1095-A, which is the health insurance marketplace statement. Any information that you may have on a business if you own a business, and then if you received a 1419, which is the changes made to the child tax credit. Now, I know this checklist is extensive. You can grab a copy of the checklist. I've left a copy in the descriptions for you. Now, number 4 is decide whether you're going to DIY your tax return or use a tax preparer to do your taxes. As you figure out how to prepare for the tax season, you'll also need to decide whether you will file your taxes yourself or if you are going to use an accountant or a tax professional such as me. The more complicated your tax situation may be, it may be more wise to use someone who's experienced at handling returns. If you have a business and you need to file both personal and a business tax return, an accountant or a tax professional, such as me, can help ensure all the information is accurate and filed appropriately. Number 5, max out your IRA contributions. If you have an IRA, it is wise to contribute as much as possible before the deadline. The IRS will allow individuals under the age of 50 to contribute up to $6,000 for the 2022 tax year. Those 50 and older can contribute $7,000, which includes a $1,000 catch-up contribution. Now, number 6 is consider filing an extension. Tax season is a very busy time. It may be February or even March, and you still could be waiting on important tax documents that either get lost in the mail or were never seen to you. And this extension will give you a buffer for you to get all of those documents, and requesting an automatic extra 6 months, which will help you file your return in October. To do this, you will need to complete the IRS form 4868 or ask your tax preparer to do it for you. Just keep in mind, even if you request an extension and you owe taxes, interest will accrue and you may be subject to related penalties. Even if you're pretty sure you won't owe anything when you file your return, an extension can allow you to gather all the necessary documents, take more time to file, and ensure everything is accurate to avoid any penalties for filing on time. And then number 7, adjust your withholding. It's also a good idea to check your W-2 withholdings. If you work a traditional W-2 job, your employer will ask you to fill out a W-4 form, and this form determines how much tax to withhold from your paycheck based on your tax filings, statuses, the number of dependents you claim, and other adjustments such as additional non-employment income and deductions. If you received a larger refund last year, your tax situation didn't change at all, it may be an indication that you're withholding too much from your paycheck. And then on the flip side, if you end up owing taxes, it may be an indication that you aren't withholding enough. If you're unsure, you can use the IRS tax withholding estimator to determine how much you need to withhold. From there, consider contacting your HR department to adjust your withholding from this year so that you don't run into this same issue when you file your taxes for the 2023 return. Then you want to begin gathering all documents and understanding your status and finding a tax professional to prepare your taxes. But preparing for tax season can require a lot of time and effort. However, this process doesn't have to be stressful if you plan ahead. Now is a good time as any to start getting ready for the tax season. You want to consider setting some time aside at the end of your workday or anytime during the weekend to prepare everything that you need, and you might not have to rush to meet the tax filing deadline. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have found value in this video. If so, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss any of our videos. Until next week, stay well.